What's up, everybody? We are back for part two of Symbolic's Everything Black interview. We're going to get into his shows and events that he has on Clubhouse. We're going to talk about some black questions because, you know, it's everything black. We're going to get into it some more on part two. If you're on here, be sure to share the live with as many people as possible. We're going to get started with part two in just a second. I'm going to take some time to share the live. Share the live with as many people as possible. And we're going to run it back in just a second. Share.
You back at it again.
And we're back.
Hey. What's up?
We're going to jump right into part two. My next question is about Clubhouse. Tell me about Clubhouse. Tell me about your events and how you got started with that.
The first time I met Clubhouse, my sister was forcing me to do some poems, some random room. And then I went on, I did the poem. Then I left it it's crazy. People won't believe it, but I was really gone for a month because I really be on there all the time now. Then I left it. And then my friend, Presidential Ellen Storyteller Gordon, was telling me it was a nice way to connect with more poets and stuff. So I went back on it. Gradually found my way into poetry, rooms and stuff. Started doing poems there. It was, interesting. And then I decided, so way back when on Instagram, I used to have a thing called Fight Night. And it was versus the first Fight Night was actually, I borrowed the idea fully because Shay and Chev Too Much, they had like a fight night. And then I was like, oh, I want to host it. And then we had more fight nights. Then it stopped. Then I brought it to Clubhouse. And from there, I was like, I wanted to do a little bit more. I started falling in love with the hosting aspect. So then I started doing brunch bars, breakfast bars. I do little features there. Right now, we was in a hiatus because, once again, I went back into that shell of hiding. But
nothing wrong with it.
Then I started working. So that's what made the schedule a little bit slower. But I'm going back into that. I'm going to probably have some fight nights back in April after March Madness. But Clubhouse is just, it's just been my place. It's helped me. I want to say Clubhouse helped me finally fully tune out my cadence. My cadence is something I worked really hard on, and then Clubhouse helped get it to its final form, I believe. And it helped me meet phenomenal people, just like you, because I've seen you. I know you fired too. It's crazy. I told Humble in the background. I don't think she relayed the message ever. So a few weeks ago, maybe months ago. That's how I met Kiani. You feel me? That's how I saw her interview and stuff. So Clubhouse helped me meet such wonderful people. More people that's helped to my pen as well. That's. And also it helped me. I have to give it a shout because all jokes aside, I wouldn't have such success on Clubhouse without Nick because Nick makes all my flyers. He holds me down. I made like a family in Clubhouse. It's crazy. It's just.
So your Clubhouse events, they're open to everyone, right?
Of course, everyone's welcome. It's actually just not, and I'm saying it's like my Clubhouse is cool, but I have it under I hold the fort for street pop because they do more outside shows. I'm trying to get more comfortable doing outside shows. So you feel me? I be holding on the Clubhouse aspect. So the Clubhouse is Street Profits Clubhouse. But anyone's welcome. Anyone, poetry here. And good times.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so my next question is pertaining to our theme, Everything Black. So of course I have to ask you a black question. Do you feel that there's a certain amount of added pressure to you for you to succeed due to the color of your skin?
Yes, by society and myself. Also, I believe unfortunately, being born black is coming with a disadvantage because it's and then being a big black man, is also this intimidating figure that I give, and I'm not gonna say I'm not intimidating, but this intimidating thing that people get intimidated for no reason. They just get to know me. I'm high key a gentle giant. It's the outside and seeing the looks that people give and then walking across the street. It's the I went to a predominantly white institution and found out and saw how the looks looked at me, like when we walk into the elevator, how silent people got.
Yeah.
It's just like knowing that I have to be extra great to progress in certain stuff. It's to know from learning from other poets and stuff who do have outside shows and stuff, and it's a quote unquote white promoter that's in charge, and they have to silence that they're black to be able to perform and stuff. It's all that. It's always like, you know, not trying to be funny. White people could give like 20% and go crazy. I have to give like 5,000%, maybe even more. There's always pressure, and then there's pressure on myself. I I always and it comes with like the talks to myself in my head. It's like, oh, I could do this better, this, that, and the third. I gotta have a perfect poem, and I'm like, nah, it's not good enough. I gotta have poems for events, and I still want to mess around and make a new poem because obviously, so out of nowhere, I stopped liking the other poem, and that's how I end up having so many poems, which brings in the bigger doubt, like, oh, I can memorize this, but what if I just make a new poem? It's so much pressure that I put on myself daily. And then to be black in the society is extra pressure because they don't really care about us. MJ. Yeah.
Whew, you said a lot then. You said a lot. I feel that.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you believe poetry is important to the world?
I folded the 20%. I feel like I think the moment I really felt like poetry meant something, like, well, it always meant something to me. When I feel like it really meant something to this world, was all this Instagram live stuff, all this. I feel like this is what I meant. A lot of poets. It's helped me connect. It taught me how to host things. Then we have, America's Got Talent, Brandon Leak. I feel like in this time, spoken word has been like such a comforting thing to hear in these scary times. We're losing people left and right. And then we're losing people left and right to COVID. We're losing people left and right to bullets. We're losing people left and right to everything. I think, in a sense, to quote, to actually give a plug to my friend Ellen Gordon, like poets are heroes. I think like we have like a voice for a reason to be like a voice of many, to speak about things that people don't want to speak of. So, and I think people's learning that daily, and that's the only blessing in this terrible nightmare that we are in with COVID and stuff is the connection through the webs and stuff. Because I made connections with people from the UK, people from Canada, and just this, that, and the third. So, yeah. Hey, it's cool. I'll be hearing that here too. We lit. It's cool. Don't worry about that.
Yes, but I have poetry is love, for one. Let me say that. It's definitely its own love language, and I know I couldn't do life without it. I think it's something once you find it, it's like stuck with you forever.
I agree.
Yes. Okay. So I have a few more questions. So I'm going to go ahead and announce the Q&A portion. If you have a question for Symbolic that you'd like to answer, there's a question mark at the bottom of the screen. You can type in your question and I'll be able to pull it up for him to answer for you. Okay. So my next question is, what are some of your upcoming events and what can we expect from you in 2022?
I'm really trying to take over the world in this poetry thing, if I'm being honest with you. And I think to help beat depression, I just say yes to every event. That was wild to say, but I'm really just trying to take over the poetry world one event at a time. This is why I did the event an hour ago, and then this event. Let's see, next week on Thursday, March 3rd. I'm actually doing a Zoom event. It's $4 admission ticket. To do like we're gonna read my book together. It's on Zoom. The link is in my bio. Yeah, y'all should pop out. We could read it together, and it gives me a chance to break it down. This is my quote-unquote book release, late book release.
That's dope. When is it again? Say it again.
March 3rd. If you follow me, you look at the link in my bio. It's the BYOBB, because it's Bring Your Own Book and Bottle event,
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm getting an opportunity to curate it and stuff. It's over IIP Publishing. And it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be fire because they allow me to curate it, and we're gonna read together. You can ask questions, and And I'm actually excited because it's giving me a chance to explain certain poems. And also nervous because my mom and family gonna finally hear these poems. But it's gonna hit different. That's what else? Oh gosh. And also, wow, how can I feel? Also, March Madness. For the deadline is tomorrow. If y'all want, I'm hosting a slam.
So tell me what's March Madness?
So March Madness, originally, like I said, we was the street, we was wilding, we was taking over March. So it was really just us killing open mics. But March Madness is a combination of inspiration of Fight Night and then doing open mics with Street Profit and hosting stuff. And I wanted to do a slam, right? And this was around the time when I started meeting more people from Instagram Live. So it was really this one night. Me and my Instagram gang or whatever we used to Zoom all the time. But it was this one night, and Presidential Ella was like, so they do it, Sim. And I was like, oh. And then she just started helping me make flyers and stuff. And then it was through that. And then I was talking to the teams, the Street Profits, and they was like, I was like, yo, I'm going to do it. And he was like, oh, so do it. So last year was on Clubhouse. It was 32 poets. This year, I'm aiming for 64. I'm not going to hold you. We have 40. If y'all could help me find like 24 more poets, hold it down, send this to a friend, to another friend. The deadline, I keep pushing the deadline. I got to start sending these niggas the schedule. So I'm just help it. You feel me? But the premise of it is 64 poets, and it's just like the theme of college March Madness. The only difference is the first round is going to be bouts, and then from that, the top 4 from each bout goes on, and I do rankings, and then after that, it turns into a head-to-head. So it's the whole month of March, $1,000 in cash prize.
Wow.
And I'm not gonna I'll be honest with you. Even if I don't get the 64 poets, it's fine. I'm gonna put the bet into it because no matter what, the people who signed up, it's gonna be fire. Like I said, it's gonna be hosted on Zoom, as well as hosted on Zoom. It's then gonna be live streamed onto YouTube at the same time, and then after that, the finale will be part of this company that I'm with called Fan Maya, where you'll be able to see like exclusive content. So basically they'll make the final Zoom it won't be on YouTube. You just have to like pay like maybe like a small thing to come into the room to watch it. Or you could catch it on Fan Maya. But if you was to catch it on Fan Maya, you do have to subscribe to my content for $5 a month. You know, it's kinda cool too. You can call it poetry fans. LOL. But yeah, that's what March Madness is. Zoom this year. Hopefully outside next year. We're gonna keep moving up. So that's what March Madness is. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love that. We need more events like that. Poetry events.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, so my last question is, when you hear the phrase everything black, what does that mean to you?
The first word of the phrase, everything. We respectfully, we are everything. Most of the technology stuff is here because of us. And what it means everything is to still be disrespected, but we come the next day, come back stronger than ever. We're golden. We are unique. We are perfect. We are God. I don't want to say he has favor. We are God's favorites, and there's nobody telling me that otherwise. Because it got to be a bigger reason why they hate us so much for generations. It's got to be, and that's their problem. The thing is, we are forever blessed, and there's no other skin I'd rather be. And one of these days they're gonna realize that they think they stick with this little 28-day shit. We more than that. We year round, everything.
Most definitely. Someone said March Madness sounds lit. Might sign up. Yes.
That's he's hosting it. He was the winner.
Oh, he's hosting.
He was the winner last year. He's hosting it with me this year. Don't listen to this man. He's an imposter.
Okay, so Pinkiani asks, what makes you feel loved and received as a poet? That's a good question.
It's hard because sometimes, once again, I have those moments where I feel like maybe people not really feeling me like I think they are. It's me getting in my own head. But then there's moments like, for example, Crazy, the person who asked the question, where like she would hit me up like just before like an event or whatever, this and the third. It makes me feel like people like really respect like what I have to say or like this and the third. To be that comfort. People in this room right now is love right here. Just people just coming here. It's the reminder to be it's the reminder that every time now and again when I'm like, oh, I'm not good, this, time the third. You so there's people in here. So there's a poet in here. Her name is Price. She yells at me every, via text. She yells at me a text like, oh, stop doubting yourself. You know you the GOAT, this, then the third.
But you know it's real when you yell through text.
Yeah, you get yelled at through text. My team tells me that all the time. They're like, yo, Sim, stop it. And then at the same time, there's moments like genuine moments like when I started getting better at memorizing poems, still working on it. My teammate Solange called me and looked at me on the phone. He's like, yo, all I told you is that you had to memorize. That'll look at you. But you never wanted to leave. You didn't want to listen to Solange. And in the team, they always say that. So it's moments like that. So when I have those moments where I feel like it's on, I could just keep name dropping because, there's moments where I feel like it's beak. And then, Nick would be like, oh, why are you talking like this? Not you. Like, you not a GOAT. Evan, Kyle, a lot of people. I'm just thankful. Like, it's moments. Like, so it's really them showing me love and it's me getting in my own head at the same time. It's just so, sometimes it's hard. This is one of the strong days, though. So, yeah.
Nice. Would you be open to spitting a poem?
Oh, wow, this is crazy. It's crazy. Keanu told me this was going to happen, right? And I was like...
Oh, she told you this?
Yeah.
I didn't even tell her this.
Also, she... I have words for her. This is crazy.
I think she just
did
knows,
that to get the
she knows me. She knows how I am.
Wow. I feel bamboozled.
That's funny.
All right. Well, it's a good thing. I have this poem that I pulled up. I'm kind of trying to memorize it for some other events. So that everybody, when y'all hear it, just don't tell them, just in case y'all see my opposition that I go against. Just don't tell them. You feel me? I don't know. But yeah. Racism is like a traffic jam. Choosing what color to overrun. Shooting blacks like prey, bullets in us, and lying about not meaning to draw a gun. Red light drawing our blood. Yellow caution tape for the tears flood. Green light to kill us on cam. The funny thing about wanting to do right by us, but treating us left every time. It's February. And I'm supposed to say thank you. Thank you so much, America. 28 days is all we needed for an apology. The perfect bandage meant to compress all wounds on these. Oh, and these textbooks were about only 10 African Americans. Thank you. Thank you for cutting out all those who paved the way. To the Karens, is your phone charged to become a weapon of assault and battery to match a badge, quote, of deaths? Arrest? Tell me, which day exactly makes up for the picking cottons? Or are you still figuring that out? Regardless of the answer, I'm sure it all equates to 28. 28 ways to push us into depression. 12 fake ways to push us into conditions. Cracks, crackers, hand cracked us, drowned us with anxiety to be our life's cracking. And it just took 28 to get over it. A forgotten whistle till I'm left like Till. 28 days when I'm black every day. 28 and still watching others look the other way. For me, a month with less days when they kill us in seconds with more ways. Thank you, America. We only need 28 for you to get rid of us. And streaming for the first 48. The numbers never seem to add up. 4 to 8, 12 hates. Thank you for reminding us our worth every day while you make sales off our lessons. Keep us secrets like what Central Park is built over. Misidentification like the 5 was arrested for. Again, 28 days when you tell us we fit the profile. Put us away for life. 28 to remind us that black is this country's thorn in their backs for no reason. Where apps can mock the block of our airflow, but block awareness of Black Lives Matter. You just got to love the disrespect that makes America great again. Thank you for the fear I have of walking outside. How Skittles make me think the worst. How cautious I have to be of whistling. I guess I should be happy that we get a month from slavery, lynching, to kidnapping kids, to killing us and getting away with it. Thank you for showing me a boy can leave his home to kill others in another state. This is the American way because, killing blacks is like a game of Monopoly. They control our lives like blocks holding our pockets in a chokehold, hung to our necks like the noose around my ancestors, cutthroat squeeze until we have nothing left to give as they dime the repetition of hate, charge us in blood, and blood fake smells like pennies, so it leads me to believe no matter how much blood America spills, they'll never change. While the cost of living black is stemmed from our shipped off kin, cracked, pushed till we crack and push. I think America's playing games with our lives. Tic-tac-toe, we the X targeted to fill holes so they tag another Negro. Hits, bullet spray more than an asthma pump. New quota, Russian roulette, but the gun is loaded. And the only thing blank is the person behind the trigger's expression. Mass progression, repressing my pain behind a mask of hate, worse than an outbreak I've been digesting. I'm tired of a man playing Scrabble with my life, dropping every bomb like we battleship. I'm tired of waiting more days. I can't explain how I'm feeling to avoid eye contact, because looks be deceiving. But honestly, this country has me down to the last fuck to give. Let me get a drop of your ink instead. If somewhere it physically hurts to keep writing this Black death in America as if we are the virus. I don't know what to do when I think I'm being desensitized to hate crimes. But I figured if I injected hate into my veins, I could be different just like you. But the difference seems to end us at a wake with an improper view. Poem.
Wow. I'm like speechless.
Yeah,
that was everything Black. That was the definition right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Thank you. I be poeting sometimes.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Yeah, so if you're on here and you have a question for Symbolic, there's a question mark at the bottom of the screen. Type in your question and I'll be able to pull it up so he can answer it for you.
Facts. And while we here, I think she's in here. My friend BX.3, her birthday's on the 25th, so y'all should follow her so then y'all could tell her.
Nice.
And I said, friend, that's my best friend. Y'all could follow her and be happy birthday. I mean, that's kind of cool. You know.
Yeah, he definitely went off because I have no words. I don't know what to say. That was great. And it's nice to hear a Black History poem for real, because I haven't really heard any since February started.
It's true. It'd be like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that this month. But
I'm just here to just put my seeds on. I'm just plugging everybody. I believe my man's Jermaine Meadows. I hope I'm pronouncing that. That's his Instagram. I'm pretty sure he just dropped a poem for this month too yesterday. I ain't watched the video yet, but y'all should go tap in. I'm probably gonna share it. So if you follow me, you're gonna see it in my story. So yeah, get into all these Black poems, y'all. It's gonna be lit.
I love it. Okay, trying to think of, I think I have one more question. I don't know. Okay, so you said there's an open mic in Brooklyn every week.
Oh, I wish. Nah, I was just saying open. I do open mics on Clubhouse. I wish it was an open mic, and if there is, I probably wouldn't go every night. I just really just go with the flow. I get invited to stuff or I see stuff and I try to see which ones I can make and stuff. That's all. I don't have a consistent schedule. But I'm working on it because you see the progression of getting invited to do stuff and whatnot. So yeah, the only closest Brooklyn thing I know right now is in April 1st. With the poet I just mentioned, Jermaine. I'm gonna do a poem. I'm do poetry there too. You should pop out. That's in Brooklyn. If y'all can, I know you over in Huntsville, but if y'all ever just, weasel over here and stuff,
Look, we said we were going to get into traveling this year, so you never know.
I like that because I don't want to lie to you and say I'll be in Alabama. I probably won't, but I could believe in one day. You feel me?
We might do something virtual.
Okay. Now we talking.
You can probably put something together.
Okay. I'm with it. I like that. I like my house more anyways, outside is outside. But yeah. But there's always types of events that happen and stuff. I see links all the time and stuff. It's all about availability, or it's all about if my mind is in the right mood to go to open mics and stuff. I've found myself in the habit of trying to put myself out there with more slams and stuff. Doing the slam on Monday with Juan Poetry. The place is out in Texas. But it's virtual. I'm not just traveling to Texas.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I ready for that? Nah, but we're working out by Friday. Very nervous about that because it's just.
It'll come.
Yeah, it'll come. These next few days I finally have time to be home and think and stuff. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for. Well, I'm working on my second book. It's gonna drop on my birthday next year. This year. I'm bugging next year. This year, for timing purposes, because my first book dropped on my birthday, so I could just call it the first year anniversary, and then drop another book.
Do you have your title already?
It's called Indescribable.
Nice.
Yeah, some nice poems in there, if I do say so myself. Like Symbolic Chambers is fire too. Y'all should get that, Barnes and Noble. But Indescribable, so very proud of the work that I have in there so far. And I'm only saying so far because every now and again I'll be thinking about what if I want to take stuff out or like switch some stuff out. But it's been like 90% done since like September. Like it's just gotta work on the cover and stuff. But other than that, I'm excited for the book. I'm just excited, you know, and I think it's for the first time in a while that I felt like excitement because, like I said, I just be sad. I'm not gonna lie, I just be sad. But like for 2022, poetry wise, and the way it's been going, and it's just, you know, it's gonna slap. Oh, and look at that, I forgot. For my Clubhouse friends, I'm featuring, on Saturday, on Saturday in Evil Villains Room, hosted by my friend Evan McCullough. And King Cod, that's on Clubhouse. It's for the Clubhouse people. And yeah, that should be fun. Not should, it's gonna be fun. And yeah, and I see this is when we got to the parts of the interview when people find out my life is really 100% poetry. I'm really boring. I'm just a poet. You know.
I love it. I love it. I gotta get into some of these Clubhouse rooms. You know, I be all over the place. I never get to sit down and just listen.
I'm gonna lie to you. I feel like the last time I seen you was in a Humble room, and I ain't seen Humble in a long time. So you know that was a minute ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. It was in a Humble abode. I remember. I was like, oh, she's fire. And then I ain't see both of y'all since. Disappeared. I was like, oh wow. So yeah, you gotta get up in there. Yeah. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you again for doing this interview. My followers now know about a poet in Brooklyn, New York. You are officially stamped as a sound wave. I tell everybody that who does the interview with us. But before I end the live, I want to go ahead and say that for the year of 2022, we're doing a special on our virtual interviews. All our interviews are $22 for the entire year. All you have to do is fill out the application. The link is in our bio. I have all the months listed, so you just choose your month where you want to schedule. Once you make your payment, we'll personalize some questions for you, send them to you. In addition to our Q&A with our audience, you also have that time to showcase your talent, your brand, however you like. If you want to do a giveaway, whatever you want to do to promote your brand, we're giving you the opportunity to do that this year. So definitely book with us whenever you can, as soon as possible. I'd like. We also have a new platform, our sister page we're calling Poet Deposit. If you are a poet, a writer, you can go on that page. You can deposit your poetry into our DM, and we'll feature you on the page. You can do it I can't speak right now.
I got you
anonymously.
I got you.
Or, you know, if you have a ghost name, whatever you want to do, we'll post it on the page for you. That's free. Shout out to Queen Kiani. We are currently doing a collaboration called Literary Link Ups, where we call out all the writers and poets around the city, surrounding areas, whoever can pull up. We're doing this. Oh, not you got spilled milk in your hand.
You got that spilled milk on me on the vibes.
Shout out to Spilled Milk. Definitely go purchase that book. The link is in Queen Kiani's bio. Definitely do that. I love that book so much. It's amazing. But yeah, shout out to you, Kiani, for our collab. And yeah, y'all just stay tuned, turn on our post notifications. And yeah. Those are my shout outs for the night.
Do I have shout outs? I don't know. Shout out to my mom. She don't got Insta, but shout out to her. Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my sister. She not here because she be out there in the labs for real, like she's a chemist and stuff. I'm telling her one of these days she's gonna dream a cure for COVID. I promise y'all. Well, I promise y'all for her. If it don't happen, still blame her. But nah, shout out to her because she's my rock. She be holding me down. When we was outside, she came to me almost every open mic event. Shout out to Street Profits once again. That's Smooth, Shay, Jay Cherie, Solange. Poets and Heroes, Storyteller Gordon, Ella. I love y'all. There's a whole bunch of people. My Clubhouse gang. you know, Queen Kiani cop her book because cop Nick Austin's book. Go listen to Amani's album, Becoming Amani Lane. You might see me in the first track, but I don't know. You might. You know,
Okay.
just call everyone. I'm just thankful, you know. And shout out to my best friend. Her birthday's the 25th, and shout out to Price because you know she kind of cool or whatever. So yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Definitely turn your post notifications on so you can know when our next interview is, what events we have coming up. The studio mixer. Our next studio mixer is March 11th. It's another event that we created to make sure the artists in the city know who each other are and surrounding areas. If you're out of town, if you can come to Huntsville, definitely pull up. We welcome everybody. Shout out to EQ Labs. That's where I'm at right now, the recording studio. Definitely want to come and check out this location. Thank you so much.
I gotta tap into that.
Huh?
You know, I said they gotta tap into that for me. On behalf of me not going to Alabama, I need y'all to, yes.
And I'm definitely gonna make a post about your March Madness because you're looking for poets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Calling all poets. If you are a poet, hit up Symbolic. Send him a message. He's having his March Madness in March.
Mm-hmm.
What date?
The start date, March 4th.
The start date is March 4th. Mm-hmm. The prize is $1,000?
It's $1,000 in cash prize. So we broke down the $1,000 between the top four. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Definitely sign up for that. Okay, Symbolic, I'm going to let you go.
Thank you once again
so much for this. This was a great interview. If you missed it, I'm saving it, so go back and watch it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
You too.